Imagine building a company from the ground up, pouring your heart and soul into it, only to be unceremoniously fired. For most people, that would be the end of the story, a crushing defeat. But this isn't a story about most people. This is the story of Steve Jobs, a man whose most devastating failure became the very fuel for his greatest comeback, a comeback that would forever change the world. Let's rewind to 1976. In a humble garage, with a vision that few could comprehend, Steve Jobs, alongside Steve Wozniak, co-founded Apple. It wasn't just about building circuit boards, it was about starting a revolution. With sheer passion and an unyielding belief in their vision, they helped launch the era of the personal computer. The Apple II became a sensation, and the company grew at a staggering pace. As Apple expanded, so did Jobs' ambition. He wasn't just a founder, he was the fiery, charismatic leader driving the company's innovative spirit. But with rapid success came immense challenges. Jobs' intense, often uncompromising management style began to clash with the more traditional corporate structure the company was adopting. A power struggle brewed within the boardroom. The board, including the CEO he had hired, John Sculley, began to see his visionary yet demanding approach as a liability. In 1985, the unthinkable happened. Steve Jobs was pushed out, effectively fired from the very company he had brought to life. He described it as publicly devastating. The man who was the face of Apple was suddenly an outsider looking in. It was a brutal moment, a public humiliation that could have broken anyone, yet this very moment of rejection would become the pivotal turning point of his life. What do you do when the world you built kicks you out? Do you retreat? Do you give up? Steve Jobs did neither. Instead of succumbing to despair, he used this profound setback as motivation. He was free. Free from the constraints of a large corporation, free to start over, free to innovate without compromise. He channeled his energy into a new venture, Next, a computer company that aimed to build the next generation of powerful workstations for the education and business markets. While Next wasn't a huge commercial success, it was a hotbed of technological innovation, developing the software that would later become the foundation for Apple's modern operating systems. But that wasn't all. In 1986, he acquired a small computer graphics division from Lucasfilm for $10 million and renamed it Pixar. He saw potential where others didn't, investing his own money to keep it afloat. This little animation studio, which almost bankrupted him several times, would go on to revolutionize the film industry with groundbreaking animated movies like Toy Story. Through Next and Pixar, Jobs honed his skills, refined his vision, and learned invaluable lessons about management and collaboration. This period in the wilderness taught him that rejection isn't a dead end, it's a redirection. It was forcing him to explore new possibilities, and his vision for technology and storytelling became sharper and more mature than ever. Then came the comeback. By 1997, Apple was in trouble. The company that had once been a beacon of innovation was floundering, bleeding money, and losing market share. In a dramatic twist of fate, Apple, desperate for a new operating system, acquired Next for over $400 million. And with that acquisition, Steve Jobs returned to the company he founded. He came back not as the same brash young man who had been forced out, but as a seasoned leader with a refined vision. What followed was arguably the greatest turnaround in corporate history. With Jobs back at the helm, a new era of innovation was unleashed. The Think Different campaign reignited the brand's spirit. Then came the products. The iMac, a colorful, all-in-one computer that made the internet personal and accessible. The iPod, which didn't just store 1,000 songs in your pocket, but completely changed the music industry. The iPhone, a device that merged a phone, an iPod, and an internet communicator, fundamentally transforming how we live, work, and connect. And then the iPad, which created an entirely new category of computing. These products didn't just change Apple, they changed the world. His relentless focus on elegant design, intuitive simplicity, and seamless integration between hardware and software reshaped modern technology and communication forever. Steve Jobs' comeback wasn't just about saving a company, it was about proving that failure isn't permanent. It's the fuel that sparks genius. Steve Jobs became more than a tech entrepreneur. He became a global icon, a symbol of vision, creativity, and relentless perseverance. His journey teaches us a powerful lesson. Setbacks are not just obstacles. They are opportunities in disguise. They are temporary, but the wisdom and strength they provide can lead to legendary success. He embraced his own failures as part of the innovative process. He once said, "Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations." Jobs lived by this principle, turning every stumble, every misstep, and even his biggest public failure into a stepping stone for something greater. His legacy isn't just in the devices we use every day, it's in the spirit of resilience he embodied. So, the next time you face a setback, a rejection, or a failure, remember the story of Steve Jobs. Remember the man who was fired from his own company, only to return stronger, more focused, and more brilliant than ever. He transformed the face of technology and left a legacy that touches the lives of billions. His story is the ultimate reminder that failure is never the end. It's a redirection, a lesson, a chance to begin again, more intelligently. It can be the very fuel you need to ignite your own genius. If Steve Jobs' incredible story inspired you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more stories of resilience and innovation, and share this video with someone who needs a reminder to turn their setbacks into success. Thank you for watching.